Hey everybody, I hope you're all doing very, very well. Happy Sunday. I hope you've got nice plans for today. Myself personally, I'm ready. We got the picnic bag ready. We're heading out for a big hike with the family. Before we do, I'm going live across a lot of different Facebook groups. I'm live on YouTube here, on Instagram over there. And I just wanted to say to people today that why should you join our 5-day masterclass tomorrow? Well, let me bring you back to 1 year ago this weekend. There was much just talk about coronavirus, and I was in, hang on, I have to record this a little bit better over here now, my dear friends. I was above in Killarney in the Great Southern Hotel, and we were starting a weekend event. I suppose it was almost coming to conclusion actually this day. So we were starting an event a year ago, and it was a live event that was attended by people. When I think back to what they studied last year, when we did this event, there was a lady there who works as a podiatrist, and imagine if you told her a year ago your business is going to be you're going to be out of business for about 4 months this year coming. There's a gentleman who owned a very successful pub, restaurant, and accommodation. Again, if I said to him, you're going to be out of work for most of this year. We had a photographer there who lost all her wedding business. I can go on and on and on. And I can tell you, if I spoke all of these at the end of 2020 and asked them, how do you feel about your mindset right now? And they were like, well, although it was a tough year, probably the best thing that I learned was really learning how to take control over my thoughts and my feelings and my actions, because I can't imagine what the year would have been like if I didn't know how to make this work up here. I can guarantee you 100% of people that worked with us full-time in our academy over the last year would not have enrolled had I a crystal ball and I told them the whole world is going to shut down. We're going to be walking around wearing bloody face masks. Everyone's going to be hand sanitizing wherever they go. Schools will be shut. You know, people would have said, what are you on? You know, people wouldn't have foreseen a year ago. But I can guarantee you, by the same way, I know for a fact actually from testimonials and from talking to people, they said, yeah, if I knew that would have happened, I probably wouldn't have joined with you guys in the academy. But also, you know, I wouldn't, if I could turn back the clock, I wouldn't do it again. Because now one lady, for example, had an online business, and initially her goal was to go to 5 times her sales. And, you know, she turned a negative into a positive. And in fact, her company went to over 15 times the amount of sales they used to do by the end of the year. So let me just really, I suppose, drive home the fact that whatever you're doing over the next month, if you're in Ireland, we're shut down for about a month. In England, I know it's the same. If you haven't really put anything in place to get your mindset in order over, like, for not just for now, not just for 2021, because when you learn how to make this work for you, you'll never unlearn, right? It becomes just like driving a car. It's difficult at first. You get through it, you figure it all out, and you're forever going to be a fully licensed driver. Even if you go to a different country where they sit on the other side of the car, you're still going to know how to do it. Same with mindset. When you learn how to, we all have people, even people who are closest to us, who can bring us down sometimes. Even if that's going on, you just go and stop it and carry on with your life. Memories of the past, things that keep coming back and smacking you on the backside and you know, bringing you down. You can learn how to just stop them and then move forward with your life. So it's not all about money and success and all that. It's really about you just getting to understand who you are, pulling your own potential to the surface and applying it to whatever it is that you want to do. So, like, you're going to hear this week from people who took up writing a book last year, and they're really starting to look at how it's going to benefit a large community of people in this country. You'll hear from a professional basketball player who was working in a very well-known food store, who has now gone on to run his own couple of businesses, working from home and spend time with his wife and his little girl. You're going to hear from such a variety of people. We have an amazing lady working with us who, full-time, really well-respected, very well sought-after pharmacist. And now she has taken this information and decided, you know, I want to help people to change their lives. I want to help people, especially through nutrition. And I've seen the physical results. I know some of her clients, and the weight is dropping off, the happiness has gone up, and it's really through her own methodology, her own creation, okay? So we are creative beings, every one of us, and what a lot of us are doing is we're saying, well, I'll wait and I'll bring my own genius to the surface eventually. I'll do that when the kids are grown up now and they're gone off, you know, and I've raised them. Or everyone's putting things on hold, and they really shouldn't. And you actually don't have to invest anything this week. It's a free masterclass. you don't have to invest anything in your new idea, because all you're going to be doing is putting it down on paper. So normally I go live at 12 o'clock on the Monday, and that's the start of the masterclass. But we're always thinking, how can we make it better? How can we make it better? So what we decided to do this week was that I would go live on Sunday, which is today, and share with you a document that you'll see. I wrote my own one last July, and I couldn't have imagined that the stuff was going to happen. Remember, we're halfway through this pandemic year, and a lot of the stuff has come true that I wrote down, okay? So I'm going to be sharing a blank version of this with you. In fact, I think Elena is probably posting it right now as I speak into the group. So the only place that you're going to see this is this document. It's called the MIQ. I got it from Mind Valley, an amazing course I did called Be Extraordinary through Vishan. And one of the chapters in that 30-day program is called Your 3 Most Important Questions. It's called the MIQ document, okay? And if you want it here, you're on Instagram or on YouTube there, you have to join our closed private Facebook group, and that's where Elena is posting it right now. The 3 most important questions are, what are the experiences that I want to experience in my life? Not for me and June, not for my kids, not for my company, not for my parents, not for the community, for me. Like, what do I want personally to experience? Yes, I can put stuff down about my wife. I can put stuff down about the kids. I can put stuff down about my community here where I live down in Southwest Kerry. I can put down a lot of things, but it's my own personal experience of this event. Okay, so I would like to, drive June to the airport and see her fly off and walk the Camino. She's always wanted to do that, okay? But it's like, how will I feel about doing that? So I'll be taking care of the kids. How will I feel knowing that she's going off doing that? So my experiences for me, I've certain things here private. Let me see what else. So take my parents on holiday again. Own a food company, a food business idea I've had for a long time. Just feel really, really great all the time. I want to have a glass house teeming with food, and also start up something that's called a food forest. I'd like to do a stand-up comedian routine with my friend Cornelius, and he's offered that before. So these are just little experiences, right? Not goals, just experiences. And this document is going to be given to you today so you can practice and get your mind really ready for tomorrow. So the second column then is growth. Okay, so what is the growth that I think that I need to go in order to make this happen? Well, personally, one of them was, seeing 10,000 by the time I retire, whenever that may be. I would like to look back and say that we've had 10,000 people through our company. That I can clearly see 10,000 names, 10,000 families, 10,000 lives that we have facilitated a pretty decent, powerful transition in their mindset. Now, when I go to the next stage, that's the experience I want to experience. The next one is growth. So what growth do I personally think I need to go through? Well, I think I need to be more organized and more effective in my actions every day. I mean, there's been times, maybe you've been the same, over Christmas. I've been sitting there eating this stuff, drinking that stuff, kind of thinking to myself, this is not really going to get me to the next level. I had a pretty guilt-free Christmas, and I hope you did too. But there are certain things that I look at. I want to train fully to a program with a personal trainer, so I can turn this one app into a few apps. I think I need to get a lot more disciplined in my nutrition. I think I need to do more creative visualization. I think I need to really listen to more auto suggestions. So what is the growth that I need to go through? This is my version. So first one, experiences. Secondly, growth. And third of all is contribution. Now, what is the contribution? I think this is such a huge part of the human condition, because a lot of people, this is the reason we're doing this extra day, by the way, because at the beginning on day one, we'll start talking to you about what is your purpose, because you need your purpose backed by a burning desire as well. And some people, they talk to the success advisor that they're working with, and they'd say, Adrian, I don't know what that means by my purpose. And we looked at it and we thought, maybe it's a little bit too much to have to deal with on the Monday of this new masterclass. So you can think about it today, Sunday evening, blank sheet of paper. I think we're watching Ireland's Fittest Family tonight. And then after that, I'm going to come into the office with a blank sheet of paper, and I'm going to go through this document and ask myself, what are the experiences I want to experience? What is the growth that I feel I need to go through? And what are the contributions that I want to give back? I find with every single client that we work with, there is so much of it is not about them. It's not about you guys. It's about your parents. You want to help to be able to take care of them if they get elderly. You want to give to your kids, your grandkids. You want to be able to leave a legacy, but also live a legacy, not just leave it behind, but live it while you're doing it. And an awful lot of the intention that people have is in fact for other people, for the community, for a better Ireland, for maybe, I've got dear friends in England, Kevin and Liz, and their little baby, Carleen, was born with Down syndrome. And I know one of the things that they're always thinking is, how can this benefit the greater community of parents who are raising children with Down syndrome? So there is so much that you can contribute back. Like, I really love entrepreneurship. Already, like, I was there this morning thinking about Port McGee National School and Valencia National School, and kind of saying, can we do something around the environment, entrepreneurship in the environment, and like, what can we do? Because we'd love to keep people here. Yes, all our kids are going to go traveling, but it'd be nice if they came home and set up businesses and really grew the parishes and grew the communities again. So that's a contribution. Can I contribute to the area by helping the younger generation to learn about contributing to the area? So my contribution, that's spreading enthusiasm in people, helping people to become bulletproof in their mindset, inspire the community to grow their own food and vegetables and take care of our own energy resources. Inventions, I'd like to put some of the inventions I have in my mind out into the world, creating a company that gives a lot of employment. So this is my own contribution. They're my experiences, my growth, and my contribution. And I want you to write out yours as well. This is going across a lot of platforms, so many of you are not already registered for the Masterclass. This is also going into the Masterclass page. So if you're in our group and you're watching this now, you're already registered. You're already working with one of our success advisors. Elena, Deuce, and Adrian or Megan are already helping you. So just contact them if you have any questions that you need help with about that column. But it's your experiences, your growth, and the contribution that you want to give back to the world. It's a great way of getting you ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to be starting. Day one is all about persistence, because a lot of people blame themselves for never really seeing things through, starting and not getting there, taking on new challenges and falling or failing or whatever. We're going to explain tomorrow as to why that has happened in the past and why it will never happen again if you follow a 4-step process we're going to give you, okay? So there is going to be a tiny bit of homework tomorrow night as well. It's a great workbook. It's an amazing community. We've got people who've been through multiple masterclasses. They'll be live with you tomorrow. We've got people who are brand new to our group who were very happy to welcome in over the last week. We've approved like almost 100 members in the last 7 days. So welcome to each and every one of you. We've got our clients who are already working with us for the last number of months, and maybe some people over a year in our full-time Mindset Academy. They're going to be there as well. So you're going to be surrounding yourself from 12 until 1 every day with some great people. I think I do a pretty good job myself. So it's going to be high energy, lots of good fun, a bit of crack along the way. I'll be explaining it in paper. I'll be explaining it on my whiteboard. And all through the week, there'll be a live video during the day. And then at evening time, we'll also have some interviews and stuff just to really help you to go from where you are right now to where you want to be, okay? And I can promise you by Tuesday or Wednesday, you'll be reporting back to us that you're already feeling better, having a lot more clarity about where you're going in your life, even where you're going from right now. And this is suitable for all people. It's not just for people who want to try to change their life. If you're really happy at where you're at, but you keep hitting this glass ceiling, you want to get to the next level, you can apply all of this as well. So we're going to be dealing with persistence. We're going to be dealing with attitude. We're going to be dealing with how you can choose faith over fear regardless. If you have faith in the vision that you have and you don't let fear bother you, there's just no holding you back. You're always going to level up every year. So we're going to be talking about that. And then on Thursday, we're going to be talking about the most important word really in what we do, which is decision making, because you can have all the ideas in the world. Unless you make a decision and take action on that decision, they're always just going to be ideas. It's going to be like potential, okay? I've heard people say knowledge is power. Well, knowledge is only potential power. We've got to get out there and apply that knowledge. And I just finished off this morning. I watched, I was doing my writing. I was listening to a beautiful album that my wife got me for Christmas called The Dark Side of the Moon, as you many know. Listened to it on vinyl. It was lovely, really, really nice. And then I just wanted a bit of visual stimulation. So I put on a documentary on Netflix, which is all around art. And it's a guy who's responsible for the major fireworks in Sydney Harbour Bridge or in Shanghai or New York. The guy is just amazing at what he does. He's a genius when it comes to fireworks. And, you know, it's unbelievable what they can do nowadays. But I watched him and he had a quote and I was like, there you go. That's all I need from this documentary. And the quote was that there was no failure and success in art, that you're always trying. And it's the same. I believe we're creating an art of living and what life is like. You get out there and you start it. If you fail, big flipping deal. You learn from it. You move on from it, okay? This morning, we did a tiny little breakdown in communication. I thought I was going to go live at 8 o'clock and we had agreed 11, but that's all good. I didn't go live at 11. I'm live now. The whole team has just said, oh yeah, that's okay. Let's move on. So we're creating an art of living. We're not going to be, okay, where did the breakdown in communication happen? Who's responsible? It doesn't matter. Everyone's living their life. Get out, have a good Sunday, forget about it. And you know, if there was some people tuned in at 11 and we weren't live, we put our hands up and say sorry, but we move on, because life's too important to be dwelling on what we didn't do right, instead focusing on what we did do right. So you're never failing, you're learning, okay? In everything that you do, my mentor, Bob Proctor, really talks about it a lot, the art of living. And you pick yourself up, just keep going. You'll make mistakes, big deal. You always have learned something out of that. And what I posted, for any of you who follow me on Instagram, one thing I posted yesterday morning was a sunrise. My goal was to build a house. When I started working in personal development, all I wanted was to get out of my own way, improve my income, and build a house for my wife and kids. And we've done that now. We live in a really nice home that we really like. But there's been so much more to it. It's given us a great space for this lockdown period. It was more, so that was another extra bonus. And the way the house is positioned, we get sunrise and sunset. So it keeps giving back to us every single day. You know, it's built and it's a place to live, but there's more to it than that. We experienced swimming in the sea and then walking up into our hot showers in the summertime. So there's all these added bonuses just that keep coming. We're right, there's a load of birds. There's a special area of conservation here, so we have a lot of bird life. And at night time, if you sit out under the stars, you're hearing lots of different animals. And we've seen otters down here, we've had badgers, we've had foxes, we've had hares running through our big windows. They're running past them. So it just keeps giving back. So you'll find that whatever goal you're going after, you're always going to get more than you think when you do reach the goal. But if you fail, but you've tried anyway, you always have learned something about yourself. And it's like that saying, it's better to have loved and lost than to never have loved at all. Well, it's better to try and fail than to never try. So I want you, if you're in our group, great. If you're not, get into it. If you're watching on Instagram, click on my bio. You'll see a thing saying join our group. So click on that and join it. If you're watching on my own personal page, you're a friend of mine from way back when, and you're not doing anything with your mindset yet, head over there and join it. If you're watching on YouTube and you're one of the people who follow us there, just join from there as well. And I can't wait to welcome you all. We love this week. It is absolutely high energy. It's a great week. Really hope that at the end of the month that we're done with a lockdown period, because myself and the team visualized together before Christmas, we would have a really amazing masterclass this week, and we're all going to meet in County Clare, and Megan, an amazing lady who's working with us, is going to take us out surfing. So always thinking ahead. We're going to have a lovely meal to celebrate a great success. And I know last September, people were just like you. They said, go on, I'll give this a go. And they could not imagine what life would be like without what we teach right now. And you know who you are, like Alan, Stephen, and Amy, and Jane, Rebecca, Kira again, Tara, there's Aggie. Like, there's so many of you I could mention. You feel like lifelong friends. You're clients of ours, you're working with us, but it really changes from being that. I think you all know what I mean. So look, I can't wait to welcome you all to our group tomorrow. It's going to be a great week, and between now and then, we've got a bag outside with a flask of tea and a load of sandwiches, and we're heading off now for a few hours of a hike in our. I'd say we're probably around the 7 kilometers, but we'll be fine. It's so rural, we won't be affecting anyone. I'm not a lawbreaker, but you know, we'll have fun and get out there to do this nice route. I wish you all an absolutely beautiful Sunday. Have fun, and if you have any questions, pop them in the chat here, and we'll get back to them as soon as we can. We're not married to our phones. We'll reply as soon as we can. It is a Sunday, so be patient with us. Contact your success advisor. They are raring to go. They get this real cosmic kickback from watching the changes that happens with everyone. They're, you know, we really have great team meetings, finding out what's going on, and people replying saying, hey, listen, I applied this the last time, and this is what's after happening. Thank you guys so much. So yeah, look forward to welcoming you. See you tomorrow. Lots of love. Bye-bye.